Greetings, it is Patty from Natural Law Health, and I am entitling this video, I wrote it down, hold on, The Illusory Truth of Materialism. The Illusory Truth of Materialism. I was strongly attracted to these words, which is why I'm, giving it a title for this video, because I was listening to a Rudolf Steiner lecture, and in that lecture, Rudolf Steiner was talking about the incarnations of Lucifer and Ahriman. And he talks about this quite a bit. Ahriman, he mentions, is going to incarnate in the West in the third millennium, which is about now. Could be now, could have been earlier, could be later, but Ahriman does basically represent the symbol of all things materialistic, and I think that's exactly where we are. We have become so one-sided. I really like how Rudolf Steiner says, don't be Philistine. I don't know a lot about what that means, Philistine. So if anybody in the chat box wants to educate me on that little Steiner aphorism, but Ahriman is according to Steiner representing all things, like I said, materialistic. So why do I say that we are in that right now? Well, look at this whole pandemic that we're all, many people, I don't want to say all, because many people that watch my videos, many of the people on the One Great Work Network, where my videos are going to be held for people to come and view, we are all aware that this is a plandemic. Some people call it a scam-demic, because it's not something that is truly a threat. It's just there to control humanity. And there's a couple of reasons. There's many reasons I've heard, actually, as to why. But it is falling in line with how easily humans are manipulated, because they have allowed themselves to become so materialistic, in that we think that anything that has been written down, anything that has been scientifically researched by the experts, anything that we can see, anything we can measure, anything we have a tool to measure, anything like that, that's what we will agree with as being true, and we're going to follow the dictates from a person that actually states that this is what's going on. I mean, have we really lost who we are so much so that we don't know even who we are, what we represent as a human? And I mention this because I do work with clients, mostly on the weekends. So if you want to book a health consultation, my website's below. And in one of my more recent discussions with a client, and I actually mentioned this with a lot of clients, not just the most recent one, but probably the last, 10 clients or so, I bring up the spiritual causes of what could be really, truly at the root of their symptoms. So as a naturopath, I don't deal with diseases. So that's the world of allopathy, which is part of this Ahrimanic, materialistic representation of what they say health is, but in truth, it's really kind of a disease maintenance, because they're not really reversing any ill health, they're just maintaining it. So I mentioned, like I said, a lot of spiritual root causes, and a lot of times I will suggest a book. It was actually one of the first books that I read after leaving allopathic medicine altogether. And this book is called Anatomy of the Spirit by Carolyn Myss. And in this book, Carolyn Myss does align the 7 chakras and the Kabbalistic tree, and even the 7 sacraments in Christian faiths to our major endocrine glands. It's very interesting how she lays it all out. And then she does correspond each chakra, each of those 7, which you can see 7 represented highly in these different spiritual traditions, with various organs in the body and, different experiences that we've had in our life, how those experiences may disrupt the energy in any of those major energy centers. And what that does, and the organs that are associated with those centers, they prepare for disruption, for ill health. So anywhere in the body, we could, when we are not living a life of nature, of natural law, eating a species appropriate diet, rich in fruits and vegetables in their raw organic state. I mean, that truly is, from what I've seen in many years of working with clients, the healing diet. Yes, humans can eat other foods, but to their detriment, right? Because we do best when we eat a diet where we're not interfering with the life of others' lives, but we're also eating a diet that's high energy, high electricity, and it enlivens us. So when we eat that kind of diet and we practice a life of spirituality where we're trying to balance ourselves as much as possible, and this is something I'm still working on. I speak this not because I'm an expert. I speak this because, I think it's all of our journeys to try to find that, that reason why we're here, though, that reason of who we really are and what our purpose here as a soul in a physical form is. So bringing it back to health, we have energy centers, 7, in our physical form. When experiences disrupt the life lessons of that energy center, like for instance, the 5th chakra deals with expression. It deals with us being able to speak, to share what we know, to speak the truth, to not feel afraid to speak. And it's actually expression in general, not just verbal, but all types of expression. So the thyroid gland is very much aligned with that 5th chakra. And other organs in this main area, even our arms, our hands, because our hands are an extension of the 5th chakra. So what we create with our hands, that expression, obviously if you cannot speak, you may express yourself, with sign language, or you may express yourself. A lot of people do quite use their hands very much when they're talking. So when we are experiencing something where that voice, where that expression is being limited, is being suppressed, we will then develop an issue in the organs of that energy center. Now here's where it comes with why I'm mentioning Ahriman and this illusory truth of materialism. That's what Ahriman represents, the materialistic agenda, which is really here to control humanity, to diminish our greatness, to diminish who we really are, and make everything mechanistic, like we're machines. We're not really these amazing miracles of life. Everything alive, and I don't like to say thing, every essence alive is a miracle, is something we really don't understand. Science, Ahrimanic science, is trying to create life, but they can't even come close, nor can they even really describe what life is. It's so funny. I'm taking a class on the history of cancer, and how many years have we been fighting this war on cancer? And you can throw as much money as you want at cancer, but they don't even know. Scientists don't even know what cancer is. They go down all of these paths. So this is the cause of cancer, nor this is the cause of cancer. So they start throwing money at all of this research, and yet cancer rates, are becoming more and more prevalent. It's almost, one of the leading causes of disease, the leading causes of death, in my opinion, the leading cause of death is allopathic medicine. Because, allopathy, a lot of their treatments are very poisonous. A lot of their preventive treatments are very poisonous. Following this kind of, suppressing symptoms and just feeling like, oh, since I have no symptoms, I must be fine, that will allow people to continue to do wrong behaviors over and over and over again. So people feel like, oh, I have my yearly checkup. My doctor says everything looks good. I'm going to continue eating the cheeseburgers and, the other death that's on my plate, which will end up killing the person that eats it. Their karma is real, folks. We can't really get away with these actions of eating animals. Really, it's not appropriate for humans to eat animals. And, there's, some debate as to other things in that realm, I know, and I don't want to get into the whole vegan argument. I truly am. I've tried to get into that debate with many people. And so many people hold on to their belief system. So I let people be where they are with diet, but I remind them that raw, organic fruits and vegetables really are cleansing and they really are healing. And if you make that your staple diet, where all of your meals have representations of fruits and vegetables, you're really going to live a life where you're going to feel the energy of that living food. We should not be eating death. And especially, the factory farmed version of that. I mean, where these poor souls, these poor animals are just being tortured. It breaks my heart to think that we're still practicing this in today's age when we should know better. So, allopathy, it's a system of medicine, it's a system of disease maintenance that is quite dangerous for all of life and even animal life. I mean, think about veterinarian medicine, how much it's killing animals. I mean, these yearly vaccines are so dangerous. They are the cause why animals are not living a normal lifespan. I mean, dogs and cats do not live to be in their 20s and 30s as they should. I've talked to a naturopath who told me, and she was older, but she used to see, she's a naturopathic veterinarian, and she used to see cats, at the age of 30 coming in, using homeopathy to help guide their energy back to a balanced system. And I think homeopathic veterinarians and those who practice homeopathy, you find a good homeopath, you are going to, as long as you maintain a healthy diet and eat a healthy, and practice healthy lifestyle practices, getting good sleep, maintaining healthy relationships. Homeopathy is a wonderful way just to kind of nudge those energies of your body to maintain health. So I really love homeopathy, and I try to learn as much of it as I can, but you really have to study for an incredibly long time to be able to pick the correct remedy for yourself or somebody else. And it's really hard to pick the correct remedy for yourself because they always say you should have another person pick remedies for you. But anyway, I don't want to digress too much. Herbalism is the same though. The herbs, beautiful. Herbs are food. They are food. They are plants that are edible, that are also very balancing for us. And preparing them as tinctures or teas, beautiful, because you're extracting the beautiful essence of those whole plants, not the parts, not the particulate isolates of those plants, the whole plant, and in its synergistic ability to bring about healing, to strengthen, to detoxify, to cleanse. So in allopathy, with their tools, they think all they need is the particle in that plant, or the synthetic version of that they can create in a lab. And that has not brought about health, folks. Yes, it has suppressed symptoms. I think I mentioned in my last video, that's analogous to going into your car and cutting all of the wires to your dashboard so you don't see that, something's wrong with your car. So a light shows up, for me, I have to look into the book as what that light is referring to. And is this something that, I can fix myself, or should I take my car in? That's what these symptoms are. And it's not appropriate to suppress these symptoms. What's appropriate is to reflect onto what your actions were that might have brought about those symptoms. And many times, if you catch it early enough, it is an emotional or a spiritual issue that you're dealing with. So in truth, we really don't need allopathic medicine. All it's doing is taking us down a path that is not going to be benefiting anybody. It's quite Ahrimanic, the allopathic path. So coming back to Rudolf Steiner, and then I'll finish up this video. Steiner mentions Lucifer, Christ, and Ahriman. Christ is the middle path. Christ incarnated in the man Jesus. This occurred at the mystery of Golgotha. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. But, it was somewhere in the Middle East. And during that time, that's when Christ, in physical form, was bringing on a new energy for all of life on this planet. And a true, beautiful message. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And Christ, Jesus, really did value the mystery of life. Lucifer, which came, thousands of years prior to Christ, first incarnated in the East. And many people give Lucifer, they're afraid of the Luciferic agenda. The Luciferic agenda, did enliven humanity. Lucifer means light. It did bring about a light, a newfound respect for spiritual endeavors, but there was nothing to anchor that. And people under this Luciferic impulse and, that running through them became quite arrogant. They became very disruptive in their thinking. They were not grounded. So you had these spiritual, arrogant people that talked a bunch of nonsense but didn't really bring it to an applicable practice. And Christ represented that. And now we're falling on the other end with Ahrimanic impulses, where the materialistic agenda to control humanity, to diminish us to nothing but machines, tax slaves, people that can keep the system going to benefit the very few at the top, while they have all of the luxuries and the sensual pleasures. We, mere mortals at the bottom, are paying our coin to Caesar. So we don't want to, go down this allopathic, Ahrimanic path to nowhere. All right, so I will finish my video there. I just, heard that today, and I'll put the video that I was listening to where Rudolf Steiner mentioned that, the illusory truth of materialism. I'll put that in the notes below this video. Please come and check me out on the One Great Work Network and check out many of the other content creators. It's a great place, and we're really trying to make this a central hub for sharing the truth without, I mentioned the fifth chakra, without being silenced. So thank you for joining me on this video today. There is still time to join my electrical chemistry course. We're going to be meeting in a few hours, the live course. If you sign up for the course through my educational platform, send me an email. My email is in this video below, and I can add you to the live course if you're able to attend. We meet in Zoom, and I will give you the Zoom links if you do sign up for the educational course on my platform. And we meet at Sundays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And all of the recordings or all of the live classes will be recorded, and I will be posting those on my educational platform. And then my next live course will begin in May. That is cell biology. And I do add a lot of what I'm talking about in this video. A little bit of spirituality, but a lot of kind of more naturopathic, holistic ways of looking at life. And not just this materialistic, way that we do it in academia, which again is another way to control humanity, is through, the Rockefellers control academia, medicine, basically everything. We need to rise above that and break free of that. But I do discuss a lot of that, and I get into more holistic, more natural ways of discussing these topics. And these are introductory courses, but we go into a nice review of it all. And then we do have a little chat at the end of the video. Last week, Dr. Morris attended, so that was a lot of fun, and people were able to ask questions, and he was able to answer. So hopefully that will occur again tonight, but please email me if you want to also join the live class if you purchase the electrical chemistry course on my platform. And that live class, we have 5 more classes beginning tonight, so it's a 6-week-long class. Last week's class is already available. The recording is, and then there's 5 more to go. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.